Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for coming back. Welcome back to the Pews channel. I'm Jay Pews. And we're going to be going over a very long awaited video, I should say. I've been wanting to make this video for a little while now, but wanted to make sure I had a little bit more experience with it all. The review that we're going to be going over today is going to be that guy right there. Actually, I should say that lady. The Staccato P DPO. It's a 2021 edition, I guess. I don't know. But I got it, a couple months back on my birthday. Have over 1,000 rounds to it so far, and I just wanted to get and give my opinion on it, my perspective, let you know some of the pros, some of the cons, likes, dislikes, the whole shebang, and just gonna hear from someone a little bit different, I guess. Not your typical review, but we still gonna get and get it in. I got a couple other guns back there as well, as you can see. Is any other guns that you'd like to see reviewed, just talked about, want to go over my collection? Let me know. I don't have that much of a collection, I'll be honest, but the guns that I do have, I'm very proficient with, and that's all that matters. So, sound off in the comments, like, share, subscribe if you want. That's all good. I'm not really trying to, make it big out here in the YouTube land, but if it happens, I'm not gonna be mad at that either. So yeah, let me know if there's any other things that you guys want to know, want to see, and let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, so let's go ahead and get her up off the wall. First things first, go ahead and drop that magazine. It's completely empty. As you can see, there's nothing in there, nothing in that chamber, nothing in the magazine well. So this is my lovely Staccato P DPO. First and foremost, I do want to say I really like this gun, like a lot. Not too many bad things to say about it. It's funny because I'm a big CZ guy, and prior to me getting this gun, that's all I ran with CZs. But when I very first went to the gun store, when I got into guns, I wanted an STI at the time, but I just couldn't afford it. Fast forward a couple years later, I'm getting more acclimated with firearms. Here I am. I have one of my dream guns. Next one is probably going to be a C2. Then after that, definitely gonna try to pick up that XC. But let's get into it, guys. As you can see, I do have it fitted with the TLR1 HL. I know most people are running Surefires on theirs. It's really the only light that I have. I have a OLED light, but this is what I run. It's a lot of good things to say about this gun. We'll go ahead and start from the mag well to the muzzle. Doing reloads on this gun is super easy. This mag well is huge. As you can see, it's kind of beat up already from all the dry firing that I've been doing. Could definitely be doing a little bit more, but having that mag well on there makes reloads just so much more easier, especially with the 20 round magazines. Now, one thing I do want to say that right off the bat, like one of the cons that I have with this particular gun is the magazines. The magazines are pretty expensive. I'm talking like $60-70 for the 20 rounders, and I want to say probably even the same for the 17 rounds. I have four 20 round mags. I don't know where the other one's at. Actually, I do know where it's at, but I have 4 20 round mags, and I have 2 17 round mags, and man, it's definitely a big step up coming from CZs, where even those are a little pricey. You're talking about $27 and maybe $35. So I'm definitely coming up almost double my price, but I haven't had any type of issues with feeding at all with any of the magazines. Like, nothing. This gun for all 1,000 rounds hasn't given me one single issue. Like I said, doing those reloads definitely really easy. The grip texture actually is it's not as aggressive as I guess I would prefer. I wish it was just a little bit more aggressive, but with the grip just being so wide, it's a handful. Like, I can really get a nice strong master grip on this gun. I wish the magazine release was maybe just a little bit bigger. My prior competition gun was a CZ Shadow 2, and that magazine release was a lot bigger. I'll go ahead and roll in some B-roll of that. But that magazine release was a little bit bigger. Doing magazine changes on that one was a little bit more challenging though, because the mag well on that one was nowhere near as big, actually it didn't even have a mag well, but just the actual opening where the magazine goes wasn't anywhere near big. Now this being my first 1911 gun that I'm actually competing with and doing all these different type of events with, there's a learning curve, and that learning curve as you can see is coming from the grip safety, the manual safety, even the slide stop slide release, just working on all those different God, I don't even know what the word right now is, working all these different mechanics, for lack of a better term right now. It came with a learning curve, coming out of the holster and making sure that, because the holster that I have right now, it's actually not set up for this gun. It's actually set up for my CZ P10F, and this gun, I absolutely love this gun, but how I have it set up right now is, whenever I, let's say if the gun isn't on safe, when I go and I put it inside the holster, it'll go ahead and actually activate the safety. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and grab it really quick just to see if I can show you what I'm referring to. All right, so got the holster that I was referring to. So this is my tier 1 concealed holster, outside the waistband holster that I have outfitted with the Safariland QLS. It has this little hood on here, so this is what I was referring to, right? So the safety right now is down. Whenever I go ahead and I put this gun inside the holster, take it out, it automatically engages the safety for me. I actually like that. Some people may not, but that's not their gun, that's not their holster, so it doesn't matter. But for me, I think it's good, because typically when I'm carrying this gun, I carry it cocked and locked, so I know that every time whenever I go inside the holster, it's automatically going to engage that safety for me, which, like I said, I kind of like. So what was I talking about? I think I was talking about, I don't even remember what I was talking about, but either way, that's what I was talking about. Getting used to drawing this gun, having to depress this or actually push this out of the way to activate the hood, come out of the safety, and then while simultaneously disengaging that safety. It was definitely a challenge for me at first. I've gotten used to it, with time, with dry fire reps, and I'm pretty fluid with it now. But either way, man, just getting used to the manual safety in a 2011, it's definitely something, that you have to get used to, coming from, like I said, a striker fired gun like the P10F, or even when I had my Shadow 2, or even my CZ SPO1, which also has a manual safety, but I never really activate the safety on this one. I normally just kind of keep it with the hammer up, or at least in half cock position. This gun, by the way, also is empty. I know this gun is empty, but for those that may be curious. But yeah, man. Moving on from there, since we were talking about magazines and just some of the features on the gun, doing reloads, when you're doing that reload and that slide is locked back to the rear, and then you come in with that fresh mag, my hands, I have fairly large hands, but even still, my finger doesn't always reach this slide lock slide release, so I'm always having to use my support hand after I do my reload and come over and press down on the slide stop slide release lever. I haven't mastered it yet. I'm still kind of getting used to it, but that's just one extra step, I guess, to say, coming from striker fired, or even my Shadow 2 SPO1. Whenever I do run those guns, or I don't have the Shadow 2 anymore, but having to do that, it's a learning curve, but with practice, everything comes a little bit more easier, becomes a little bit more natural, and over time I've been able to get it down a little bit faster, get it down a little bit more fluid. But that's the thing about guns and shooting, you just have to kind of stay on top of everything. Now moving back over here, it does come with the DPO optic, cutout, I guess, Dawson Precision Optic. One thing I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but as you can see, like right over here, maybe I'll show them on this one, right over here, I chipped my rear sight. I was at a training event at Secure America Now, great training facility, and I was in the prone position. Actually, I was in the fetal right position, and I don't know, after the drill I got up and I just happened to notice that, you know, my optic got a little chipped. Not optic, my rear sight got a little chipped. Wasn't super mad about it, you know, it's a gun, it's a tool at the end of the day. As long as my optic didn't break, which I'm, you know, super happy about, super thankful for, you know, I'm all good. Now, speaking of the optic, it is running a Loophole Delta Point Pros. First time I'm actually ever running anything other than hollow sun. Typically, all my guns have hollow suns, and I love them all. You know, I like the 2 MOA dot. I like the crispness of the dot. The Loophole definitely is crisp. I do like the size of the window for sure. Definitely the largest window that I've had, other than, excuse me, the Seymour RTS2 that I had on my Shadow 2, which had like an 8 MOA dot. This has, I want to say it's a 2.5 MOA dot. Or is it 3 1/4? I forget. You know, the specs, I'll probably, you know, fill it in somewhere in the video or whatnot. But anyway, it's nice. Like, I do like it. I'm not gonna lie. I most certainly do like the optic and the dot on the gun. But I've been so used to running my Holosun 509T, and I absolutely love this optic. I really want to get another one and put it on here, but this is going to be like one of the cons that I want to talk about with this gun. Is everything with this gun is just like expensive. Like everything between magazines, you know, changing out the optic because I got to buy a whole nother optic, or I can take this one off and put it on there, but then I'm gonna want to get another one for this one, so, you know, figure that cost as well. And then I have to get another optics plate from C&H Precision Weapons. Definitely want one of theirs. I'm running theirs actually on this gun, and I have another one on my CZ-P10S. They make some pretty solid optics plates, but everything is just so expensive, man. I'm like, oh man, do I want to just keep that one? Well, keep this one on here and just, you know, until it craps out on me. I know people say that the battery life on here really isn't all that great, but honestly, you know, it's funny because I went to a training class. I did a class with Perfectus Group. It was a red dot pistol course, and I thought that my optic battery was dying, but fortunately it wasn't dying. I was just adjusting it, and, you know, like when you get to a certain level of brightness or low brightness, it flashes. So when I saw that flash, I thought the battery was dying, but the battery isn't dying. I haven't had to change out the battery since I got the gun, which I got this gun on my birthday of this year, May 18th, and everything has been good with it. The only downside really to this optic that I found is that, you know, and this is with all open emitter guns, not guns but optics, is that, you know, you got to constantly clean out, you know, the inside of the window, and you know, you may not have to if you don't carry the gun, but I carry this gun. This is now my everyday carry. I know it's a big gun, it's a full-size gun, you know. I'm 5'10" and a half, I weigh 185, 190 pounds, and I can conceal this really, really well. I don't have any issues with it at all. So yeah, it's a little more uncomfortable, I guess, you know, but it's whoever said that carrying a gun was comfortable. You know, I mean, yeah, I can carry, you know, something a little bit more smaller, and if I'm wearing something maybe a little bit more form-fitting, I would go ahead and carry something like the, you know, the CZ-P10S, you know. But for the most part, as much as money as I spent on this gun, it's going with me everywhere I go. So yeah, that's enough about the optic, the rear sight, the trigger on here. Oh man. I think it's about like a 4.5 pound pull. I honestly don't have a trigger gauge, so I couldn't really tell you, you know, but you do have a little bit of slack that, you know, most 1911s come with, you know, from the factory. I do want to go ahead and swap out this trigger for a flat face trigger. I already know which one I'm going to get. I'm not going to say it right now because I don't want anyone to go up in there and buy it all, but it's actually one of the more different ones that a lot of people aren't really aware of.
but the trigger is really, really nice. It's very, very short after you hit that that wall. Has a very crisp break. Hardly any creep. Very, very short reset. That actually didn't look too good of a reset, but the reset is pretty short. So like I said, it's a very crisp break. I like it, you know. Compared to the Staccato XC, XC of course is definitely better. I mean, even when comparing it to my SPO1, which I've fully upgraded with all Cajun internals, you know, this one, it's a double action, single action trigger, but you know, it has, I'd probably say, about the same amount of take up. Come back to that wall, short and crisp break, and almost, I would say, probably about the same amount of travel for the reset. And I want to say, you know, my Shadow 2 also had probably a shorter trigger, maybe just a hair shorter, but honestly, man, like, I can shoot this gun pretty fast. I don't know what it is, but I can really shoot this gun pretty fast. I've never done a build drill before with any of my guns, and I remember when I very first got this gun, I wanted to get and try a build drill out. You know, I see people like QVO Tactical or whatnot, they out there making this gun sing, you know, shooting it real fast, you know, and I was like, man, I gotta try this. So went ahead and did a 6-shot build drill. And you know, it worked out really good, and I was just kind of surprised at how fast I can shoot this gun. And you know, hopefully with time I can continue to shoot it faster, and the good thing about it is I'm really accurate, like, with the gun. It's not like, you know, one thing I'll say about the Staccato is that it definitely makes shooting easier. You don't have to try as hard, and granted, I'm really accurate with all my CZs, and as you can see, I pretty much predominantly shoot only CZ. Actually, that's all my pistols are CZ, and even, you know, my Bren 2 over here. But I think having the bull barrel, especially, that bull barrel definitely helps out a lot. This gun is super accurate. Like, it's really accurate. This gun, it's just a really nice gun. You know, I mean, if you've had one, you already know. If you've had the opportunity to shoot one, then you'll be like, wow, this is a really nice gun. Everyone I try to let them shoot this gun, just so that way they can get a feel for it. The action is buttery smooth, and my gun right now is really dirty. I haven't cleaned it in, I don't know, I want to say probably about like 600 or 700 rounds. I cleaned it like initially once because I went to a class and it got dirt and mud all up in there or whatnot, so I had to clean it. But ever since then I haven't cleaned it, and it's still buttery smooth. That action is just it's amazing. Moving on to the, you know, the front sight, it's a green fiber optic sight. I will say that, you know, picking up the sights or picking up the dot on this is very easy. Traditionally, I don't really care for, you know, having backup iron sights. This is actually the first gun that I've had backup iron sights on. And to be honest with you, when I'm shooting, especially if I'm shooting at an accelerated pace, I don't even see the backup irons, you know, because I'm more so target focused because I have a red dot. But you know, the backup irons, they're cool. Luckily I haven't had to use them, considering, like I said, the Delta Point Pro hasn't failed on me yet. But yeah, man, this is my little quick review on my Staccato P. A couple other things that I wanted to kind of talk about is accessories. I know, like, when I first got this gun, I was like, man, I gotta hurry up and try to get a holster for it. You know, I wanna be able to carry this gun. So it's funny because we had an event out here in San Antonio. It's called Santex, and I was fortunate to win a raffle to where I had a custom holster made by On Your 6 Designs. So this is actually the very first holster that I had made for it, and it fits well. It's a little loose, I'm not gonna lie, you know, but it fits well. A little simple Kydex holster. I have like this little Velcro patch right here because I have like a foam wedge that I put on the back of it just to kind of make it press in a little bit more. That way I can conceal it a little bit better. This holster was cool. I had no issues, but that's the thing about, you know, Staccatos and I guess just the holster manufacturers. They just take so long, you know. Like, I know the next holster that I got, my girl, soon to be wife, actually bought me this holster. This is a LAS Concealment custom holster. Once again, this is the custom wedge, not custom wedge, but this is the wedge that I put on the back of it just to kind of press in a little bit more. I have the on your screed design 1.75 clips on here. You know, it fits really good. Doesn't have any issues with it. Doesn't, you know, fall out or anything like that. But just the time that it took for this holster to come, man, like it took a while. I was like, man, like, you know, it seems like with this gun and this light combo, there aren't many holsters for it. And I really wanted to carry, you know, conceal carry this gun with this light, because this is how I'm going to be shooting when I'm, you know, using my quote unquote duty holster. So shortly after I got this one, I actually ordered a QVO holster, same combo, but you know, I ordered that back in end of May, I want to say, and here we are, it's June 20th, and I want to say I ordered it May 24th, and it still hasn't come yet, you know. And I'm like, man, this is, and I know the turnaround time is, you know, for everybody, get people are busy, but man, it just takes a really long time. However, on the flip side, LAS Concealment, they came out with their Ronin 3.0, which was, as you can see, it's a holster that has a sidecar on it. It's a flexible with the bungee system. And initially, their Ronin 2.0, I want to say it didn't have the Staccato P with the TLR1 combo on there. So their 3.0, it actually accepted it. I didn't go, you know, super fancy with the nice design. I was like, let me just keep it simple. Just went with green on the front, red on the back, two of my favorite colors. And you know, I've been predominantly carrying it with this holster with the extra magazine, you know, right here. Now, this may seem, you know, really cumbersome, and to be honest with you, it kind of is, but I've actually gotten quite used to carrying this gun around, you know, with this setup. Only thing I will say about it is that it's a little uncomfortable with, you know, having this, so sometimes I still do revert back over to my, you know, just regular inside the waistband holster without the extra magazine carry on this. I mean, in most cases I probably won't never need this, you know. I mean, I'm carrying 17 rounds, which is, you know, quite a lot, I guess, you know, compared to most other guns. But yeah, man, this is my little setup here. So again, some of the pros that I have, the action of the gun is super smooth. I love the trigger, love the magwell, definitely like the optic. Looking forward to putting a 509T on there at some point, but now getting into the cons, it's just expensive, you know. And the way I look at it is, this is like a Porsche of guns, you know, and Porsches cost more than, you know, I'd say my CZs are like BMWs, you know, because these aren't, you know, all that cheap either, you know. So you pay for what you get, you know. So mags cost more, holsters, you know, can sometimes cost more, optics plates and whatnot, they cost a little bit more. If you aren't running a TLR1, you got to spend more money on the Surefire. Everything is just a little bit more expensive, you know. But at the end of the day, I'm super happy with this gun, and I can't wait till I get another Staccato, definitely. So yeah, let's go ahead and go back up top. I'll go ahead and put everything up. We'll go ahead and close out this video.
Back up top. So I'll go ahead and end this video off. Thanks for, you know, sticking with me while I got through this quick little rambling session of my Staccato. I don't know, it's just something about how it feels, man. It's definitely a great gun. Absolutely love it. I'll be sure to maybe make any update videos about, you know, the trigger I plan on putting in there. I definitely plan on swapping out the hammer as well, maybe some of the springs to lighten up that trigger just a little bit more, not anything too crazy, especially considering it's my carry gun. You know, but I don't know, man, like, this is my baby. Hopefully doesn't give me any issues that I need to report. Like I said, I've actually shot over 1,000 rounds with it. I'm probably at like 11 and change. I reload, so I know how much primers I went through so far with it. Yeah, no issues whatsoever. And hopefully it continues to stay that way. Thank you for watching. Thanks for, you know, just sticking with me. Any questions, comments, concerns, feedback? Sound off in the comments, man. You know, This is like officially my second YouTube video. Not really, but I made some others, but some of those are private. Like I said, if you guys want to see any other content, shooting content, any other reviews from any other guns, I got mostly, like I said, CZ guns, CZ-P10F, CS, SPO1, the Bren 2 back there. I got my AR over here. Anything, just let me know. Thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. Be sure to like, share, subscribe if you feel like it, or don't. Doesn't hurt me anyway, you know. But again, thank you, and check you on the next one. Peace.